I was
favorably impressed.
I
Took a shower.
usually get places 30 minutes prior.
It's not a bad idea.
You're not 15 minutes earlier.
You're late.
Dan always said.
Military 5 minutes.
Are you in the military? What'd you do?
Scullery.
Yeah. Train killer.
Yeah. Can't talk about it.
Yeah. So that's
That's the pizza oven.
yeah, the beach, Mar-a-Lago beach. I've never been on the beach. Have you?
Yeah, before this, that was the one in what?
Yeah, right. You can walk on the road right now. Or do they have it closed while he's here?
I don't think you can.
You can't get there.
Okay.
The beach itself is public. You can't get there. They own, everyone owns the access to the beach.
Yeah. So you're just like anywhere. You're allowed to use up to the high water mark, but you'd have to come in by boat, and then you'd get shot
Right.
by the Coast Guard. So there's really not any access point. Probably 10 miles down the way, and then you
Right.
have to have a hell of a walk. You could do it 4 miles down the way, because at 4 miles down is that beach hotel. No, there's just a public beach down there. 4 miles
What's that
down.
hotel? There's a hotel that we stayed at.
Yeah, it says Marriott.
No, it's the Salt.
Huh?
It's the Salt.
But there's a Marriott down there too. I stayed at the Marriott down there during the campaign though. A bunch of times. Yeah. No, it's just like it's not a residence inn. It's like a Fairfield Inn maybe. It's a resident Marriott Fairfield Inn. It's just down on the beach down there. It's right by that restaurant that we always go to. Benny's on the beach.
Oh, right.
Benny's on the beach is only 4 miles from there. Yeah. So you could get on the beach at Lake Worth and walk 4 miles up there. Oh really? Yeah. David?
Oh,
So you're in no danger.
That's pretty nice.
I think maybe
I would have
it's an
moved
editorial.
it. I would have moved it.
We did move it. So
I don't move my bird picture, son. Well, you know, there's no
Yeah, we're all right.
there's nobody else in it yet, so it doesn't matter.
Look,
You know, I
maybe
can't help
they'll
that
send- they'll
CNN
send
goes
us new
15
shades.
minutes early.
15.
you guys have just moved 2 inches, then you wouldn't have to do that.
No, he's gonna get back down.
For right now.
We're pretty tightly packed. You get to luxuriate on the top step there. Oops, sorry. Jim.
Who cares if someone says anything? There's nobody else in it. The Belgrove, yeah, nice. I should just say it.
No,
You were, man.
no. No, Thanksgiving, I was here this year with the band. Yes.
Nope. There's some
Thanksgiving, I stayed.
running.
Yeah, I've got one of those from Chrissy Young, which gets in those things.
There you go. No, might have it in a long time.
Cancel. Who said
My lights
cancel?
can't do that.
Nine more.
I don't think I don't think I ever
You could after, but you had to stop after the second inning.
could. Right.
I don't know. You haven't made any suggestions. You're allowing me to make suggestions. No, I didn't say decisions. I suggestions.
General somebody. Admiral. Admiral. No?
You're good, Jack.
Hands up. Yep. Heads up. Yep.
Gotta go back.
You okay, Peter? Peter, you okay? Sorry, Jeff. up, heads up, heads up.
Got to make a deal. Got to get it done. Too many people died, and I think both presidents want to make a deal. You believe that? I got a brief look.
What do you expect to do? We need food and soup.
Depends. Depends. But I do believe that we have the makings of a deal. It's good for Ukraine, good for everybody. It's very important. There's nothing more important, my opinion. We settled 8 wars, and this is the most difficult one. I thought it would be in the middle of the pack. This is the most difficult one, but we're going to get it done. We're going to have a great meeting today. And this gentleman has worked very hard, and he's very brave, and his people are very brave. I mean, what they've gone through, no nation, very rarely has a nation ever had it go through this. So we're going to have a very good meeting today, I think, and I'm also calling President Putin back after the meeting, and we'll continue a negotiation. Pretty complex, but not that complex.
Can you meet the New Year's Day deadline?
I don't have deadlines. You know what my deadline is? Getting the war ended. We don't have deadlines. Do you agree with that? Well, it depends what the security agreement says. What a dumb question. Nobody even knows what the security agreement is going to say. But there will be a security agreement. It'll be a strong agreement. And the European nations are very much involved in that. They'll be very much involved in protection, etc. But the European nations have been really great. They're very much in line with this meeting and with getting a deal done. They are all terrific people. I think we can say that. There's nobody bad. They all want to get it done, and they've been very supportive, I think.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you for this meeting. Thank you for your invitation. Yes, really, I agree with President. Our teams, they do what they can, and I think that during last month they moved forward with negotiations, and Americans, and thank you very much for your Steve and Jared, and they work very well. I think, and they work on different documents. I hope that all these documents can bring peace as quick as possible. So, and I agree with the President that during the European yes, and the President is in contact with them, and maybe we'll have contact with them. Today.
What made you want to come in person to meet the President today?
Sorry?
What made you want to come here to Mar-a-Лаго to meet the President today?
What? Yeah. What?
Why?
So we have, we spoke about our teams. They work on 20 points plan. Then they worked on prosperity and security document. And 20 points plan is very important we have to discuss. And sequencing plan. Very important our teams talked about strategy, how to make it step by step and to bring this closer, and we will discuss this strategy. We will speak about 20 points plan. There are in 20 points plan, 90% by the way was done by our 2 teams. I think they made a great job, great work, and yes, we will discuss these points also.
And there are great economic benefits for Ukraine also. Because you know there's a lot of rebuilding to do. There's a lot of wealth to be had. And they have great wealth. Potentially they have great wealth. They want to get started. But there's a great economic benefit for Ukraine in what we're talking about.
President Trump, some are saying that the recent attacks in the past couple of days on that Russia's staged against Ukraine shows that President Putin isn't serious about this. What is your reaction to that?
No, he's very serious. I think I can say that I believe Ukraine has made some very strong attacks also. And I don't say that negatively. I think you probably have to. I don't say that negatively. But I think, and he doesn't tell me that, but there have been some explosions in various parts of Russia. And it looks to me like, I don't know, I don't think it came from the Congo. I don't think it came from the United States of America. It possibly came from Ukraine, but I haven't asked that question. Maybe I won't bother asking. You know, they're fighting a war, and we'll see what happens. But I believe it's a war that we have two willing parties, we have two willing countries. They want to see it end. The people of Ukraine want it to end, and the people of Russia want it to end, and the two leaders want it to end.
Mr. President, on the economic benefits for Ukraine, Europe is holding some billions in frozen Russian assets. Do you believe that should go to Ukraine to help rebuild, or go back to Russia?
None of that's been determined, but it'll go. It's going to go very quickly. I think we're in final stages of talking, and we're going to see. Otherwise, it's going to go on for a long time. It'll either end, or it's going to go on for a long time, and millions of additional people are going to be killed. Millions.
So would you say,
and nobody wants that.
are you so frustrated with this process?
What?
Would you say you're so frustrated?
When you say that you think it will either end or will go on for a long time, and you say you don't have a deadline, so what are you expecting it to be?
I just think we can do, I think we can move very rapidly. I really feel that. We've spoken. I know you had dinner with Steve. Steve Witkoff and Jared have done a fantastic job. And everybody has. Mark has been incredible. The whole group has been, our group has been incredible. And Ukraine appreciates it, and Russia appreciates it. They both want to see it end, and we're going to get it ended. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you, I think, at the end, but I do think we'll call Europe also. We're going to speak to the European leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, very nice.
So you guys follow Kate. You're going.
Are you okay? Is everyone fine? Margot, if you would, I think you could sit outside and have some food. Would you like to have food, or do you consider that a bribe? And therefore you cannot write honestly, or therefore you have to write a bad story? Okay, because if you'd like, would you like something to eat at this time? Yes or no? You can speak.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. Margot,
Yes, sir.
take them outside, tell the chef, serve them a little lunch, okay?
Thank you, press.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
That should
Please leave the way
guarantee
you
good
came in.
stories,
Thank
but
you,
it
press.
won't.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
They'll only get worse.
Alex,
So go out of their way to make them worse. He gave us a hamburger. We have to make them win.
Alex, thanks. Press.
Okay?
Thank you, press. Thank you,
You lead
press.
the way. Go outside on the porch. Because we have the house closed today. Hey, Margot.
Yeah, well, Grove Street is not really, Grove Street's not.
you know, just like, oh, good thing I moved. Well, see, when I moved there was the apartments at the end.
Right, apartments at the
Where
end.
there was all roofing out there.
Correct.
So I could let the couch out, it would be out all night.
Right.
Out of there was woods. And then,
That's all.
the woods that night.
Is that a good Peps? You heard people using rubber bands? For like panning? Rubber bands for panning? Have you heard of that or no?
Tigers. The guys who play our high school, we have some epic basketball games. Martin County and Perlow, that's some epic games.
Yeah, I got out because I did something here.
Are they good?
Probably over. I had a 50-year high school reunion. I started in New York, and then I finished in Florida. So I went to 2 50-year high school reunions in October, 2 weeks apart. I went to one in New York, where I hadn't been for like 50 years. And then I went to one down here, where, I mean, they have something every right here, so I go to all of them down here. So my mother lives to 108.
Oh,
Yes. And what she would tell people when she was listening to people having a conversation, she would say, 4 ounces of red wine with dinner every night. 4 ounces. No more, no less.
right. Yeah, accurate.
And I'm the one who poured the wine. Oh! Well, it's nice to
He's down here from London, Kentucky, so that's why I bring him over here to see all the festivities.
Nice. I know it's a pretty big deal of the day. We don't, you know.
I mean, the whole world.
It was cheap red wine.
Right.
Oh, so you drink a little bit of red wine. I poured it for her at dinner. And if I poured too much, that's too much. And if I wanted a second glass, I also got in trouble.
She walks out with
Is she in the car?
With the winter storm. Well, I mean, you look
And I just came here, so this is
The least.
best that I can wear. Other stuff are more than
Yes.
well, I will be. I have another similar one.
Everything was Christmas.
I would not. Oh, our ride. I guess they're sick of waiting for us. Oh, have a bucket. That might mean the motorcade.
Yeah, the motorcade probably makes me happy.
Oh, I don't know. I was yeah, we drove around. Drive by the first time. And be pretty.
All these 2 days, 4 different times.
When we start going to the other part.
I was thinking this was kind of early.
No, we just have to drive by. We got to
Oh, lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot. We talked to a couple of press. We talked to the press. We talked to the guy from news.
I have to.
Because we were trying to figure out. Yeah, there's lots of down there. Can I please? And they said something like you're not very sure.
Everybody said thank you. Or if I can put it in another place, it's fine.
Yeah. And I looked at it and I'm like, looks like recorded in the substance, and she said yes. I'm like, I'm too short.
I walked by her, I looked down there, but she looked too short and thin for me. I thought she was like tall. And she's, I thought that was her.
Well, I mean, when somebody's going along there.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
I mean, God, they put flip-flops on.
A lot of them actors, you think they're 6 foot tall, they're like 5 foot 2. So they always put them in the high shoes or something else. Yeah, from London. No, it's not. Well, the motorcade's going by right by there.
I live so close, I could wait and take it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I drove on
I think you're right. You have to ride the back of a truck. I got a 2-seat truck.
It was nice meeting you. Talk to you all.
Yes, can you hear me? Unfortunately, I know about as much as you. Our understanding is that there's going to be another school immediately after. That was supposed to be sometime between 3 and 4 p.m. But the exact timing on that is still TBD. So we'll be standing by in case something happens to the 3. But obviously things started a half an hour late, so maybe there's something going on. Spray, I meant spray by presser. So that presser is supposed to happen sometime between 3 and 4 originally, so I think it's probably fair to assume I don't have to worry about
That did pivot over, but I'm sorry. No, you good. Forgot. Don't rush it. You want me to bring it down? No, I'm good. I already pivoted. Okay.
No, 6.1 hours. I'll make it obvious. It'll be like, I want you to hear what he has to say. Well, Michelle, doesn't Trump certainly signal positivity? Great meeting, even flashing praise. Comment from him. Now, Zelensky and Perry is relatively quiet, perhaps no surprise that people are Trump. We do know, we are going to be a little bit about what it is to find sensitivity to try it. There are two things that we really wanted to find. One, the future of the dollar. The Russians, all the hospitals, most of Donetsk, they don't want to kill something. All of Donetsk. Yes, sir, can you hear me? The other thing that's really been at the top of Zelensky's mind is the security. What I mean, that means that if they arrive to a peace deal, Zelensky and Ukraine
how's that?
Sure that if Russia looks to address it again,
good?
The NATO countries and the United States would have their back. Now, President Trump was asked about security guarantees, about a security agreement. Specifically, I want you to hear what he has to say. Now, you heard there President Trump talk about the security agreement, but really pass the buck to the European nation. I thought I'd like to go to Miami because it's so much more fun than here, but it's like getting in and out of rush hour is really quiet. One of the commissioners all Luhansk want all of it. Yeah, it's obviously trains are not more like
Allora, per il momento sono quella che ho detto, cioè la prima indiscrezione che mi era velata
praise on President Zelensky. As for President Zelensky, he was relatively quiet sitting next to President Trump, as many people are sitting next to the president. But luckily, we've been able to glean a little bit about what President Zelensky's priorities are for this meeting, thanks to interviews he's done ahead of time. We know that a top priority for him is figuring out what happened to the Donbass. The Donbass, which is comprised of Luhansk and Donetsk, the Russians have successfully taken over all of Luhansk, taken over most, but not all of Donetsk. They wanted all before a peace agreement can be reached. Obviously, the Ukrainians aren't crazy about the idea of ceding even more territory to the Russians. And something else that's really been at the top of Zelensky's mind, something that he is certain to be focused on right now during this meeting, is this notion of security guarantees. What does that mean practically? Zelensky wants to know that if a peace agreement is reached and if Russia were to aggress again, that he and Ukraine can rely on European countries, rely on NATO countries, and namely rely on the United States to have Ukraine back. Now, President Trump was asked about this notion of a security guarantee. He was asked about this notion of a security agreement. I want you to hear what he had to say.
Ucraina avrebbe accettato la proposta degli Stati Uniti di proseguire i lavori per la pace in Ucraina all'interno di due gruppi di lavoro appositamente creati. Un gruppo è incentrato sulle questioni di sicurezza e un altro invece sulla sfera economica. Trump prima ha detto di promettere grandi benefici economici per l'Ucraina, ha detto c'è molta ricchezza da sviluppare in quel paese, ha grandi potenzialità e vogliamo iniziare subito. Quindi sicuramente quello economico sarà un punto su cui il Presidente Trump farà molta leva per convincere Zelensky e
segundo, ¿tú crees? The second one, right? Yeah, it's crazy. I built that thing at home and I never used it. I know, I could have used it. Hey, Simon. Simon. I'm gonna put this back over. Wait. Oh yeah.
Sì, ti sento, aspetta, I don't have the microphone right now. Prendo. Aspetta. Ora mi senti meglio? Ora? Come? Sì. Prova. 1, 2, 3, prova. Grazie.
Is this too close? Have you lift up 1 more second, please? See that?
Yeah. You're a good man.
I got it on my phone. I'm good. Hang up on me. What name? Jose?
Right. Jose and Jose.
Yeah, they hang up also me.
Oh yeah, okay. So it's not
Oh no, I'm on. Okay, I tell them.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's good.
Eccomi. Sì, sì, sì.
Hello. Paging controller.
They are still inside.
That's what I think. When they closed down the street. But they were supposed to do a press conference before he left. Are you with the riot?
I don't. Oh, Mediaset. The
Sorry?
other Mediaset. The other.
I believe there's going to be a news conference, which seems to be somewhat at odds with the fact that they've shut down Stretch. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Siete qua?
Do you get these emails? It's the political journalist story at Mar-a-Лаго. They said they're still waiting.
So maybe they prepare. Just preparing. Fai news? No. Perché qua hanno chiuso la strada, però dicevano ancora non hanno fatto la conferenza. Stanno mangiando. Sì. Stanno ancora mangiando.
You know us Americans, we're always eating.
I know. Now I know.
Freddo? No.
Cosa classica.
I'm saying the opposite. I'm not doing much.
Yeah. I don't hear anybody.
Okay.
They calling you? Okay.
See me? Thank you guys. We'll take one, yes.
We're still coming up a little bit. Still a little more.
Buon pomeriggio a voi, la riunione è in corso, Trump ha accolto Zelensky qua a Mar-a-Лаго che vedete alle mie spalle, nella dining room adesso sta andando e appunto è in corso la riunione. A fianco a Trump Marco Rubio, Witkoff e Kushner, tra quelli del staff americano, che sono coloro che hanno portato avanti la trattativa con Zelensky, e poi davanti lo staff ucraino. Trump ha accolto il leader ucraino definendolo un uomo coraggioso che ha lavorato duramente per la pace, ha aggiunto poi la pace adesso o mai più, è la cosa più difficile dopo aver risolto 8 guerre. Sulle questioni più delicate, come avete detto da studio, c'è la questione ovviamente della territorialità, specialmente nei territori del Donbass, e la protezione per l'Ucraina, che sembra però soprattutto in mano all'Europa dalle prime parole che ha detto Donald Trump. Si è anche parlato di ricchezza, una parte infatti delle trattative è poi sul lato economico, su quella appunto che sarà la ridistribuzione delle ricchezze di questi territori. Il 90% del piano è pronto, però appunto sono ancora queste le questioni da risolvere. Ci sarà una conferenza stampa a seguito ovviamente della riunione. Il ponte però è già stato chiuso di nuovo, quindi ci si aspetta che qualcosa accada ovviamente a breve. Una curiosità, se vi può interessare: Trump ha offerto il pranzo anche ai giornalisti all'interno di Mar-a-Лаго. Nel menù, oltre a biscotti e gamberi al cocco, patatine fritte, wuster e una bistecca affettata. Per adesso da Mar-a-Лаго è tutto, vi terremo aggiornati. Beh sì, certo, grazie.
Were you on live?
Live.
But you saw there was no video running over you?
Was me, but
They covered it?
I mean I didn't see.
That happens.
Yeah, that happened.
Yep. Batteries for what? I'm at 100% on the light. What did he drop?
You know, folks.
That one's dead already? This one died. It was like at 50%. It just went and died. No shit.
Yeah, because they have 47. Good, folks.
There's no power here anywhere?
You see how it came out?
No, I
You gotta leave that in.
can't do it now. That was great.
No, they don't have light.
No, I said. Which is the next?
When they finish.
guys are really slow.
You're the BBC?
MSNBC. MSNBC. This is 8 minutes ago.
With, feels like it's hard off fast.
Oh, maybe they
Yeah, but I don't think they didn't say that. They didn't say that they're going to skip the press conference. They were leaving it still. You read it in a bad way? I don't think
they can
I think Trump loves the press conference. Are you coming for Netanyahu tomorrow or just Zelensky?
I mean, here, yeah. What time am I riding?
They'll be the exact same thing.
Pronto? Pronto? Mi senti? Pronto, pronto, pronto? Pronto? Pronto, pronto?
Apparently the camera froze for a second.
So I big turn on the machine gun.
Ecco, ora ti sento. Sì, ora ti sento. Allora, io ho notizie che adesso c'è il colloquio con i leader europei. Io sì, ti sento. Ok, perfetto. Sì, ecco, ti sento. Voi mi sentite? Sì.
¿Ustedes que me hablan para el tiro en vivo o otra persona? ¿Tú me llamas? Oh. Me quedo con usted, me quiere llamar, me llama.
I mean, I'm trying to figure it out when they finish, and I connect with them.
Okay, thank you.
I have the 23% of battery, so maybe I will. What do you think? It's enough, the 23%?
Yeah, we can just do it now. Right here.
Yeah. I have my cable there if you want. It's very long. Ah, it's easier.
Yeah. Can I put this back? Is it?
It's longer.
Is it charging?
Yes.
just want to say thank you so much for all the opportunity.
Taking pictures or no? Move. Who's supposed to take pictures? I'm sorry. Yeah, get up there.
Veronica, facciamoci una foto. Veronica, take a picture. Facciamoci una foto. Foto ricordo. Perfezionista. Perfect. No, anche lì vogliamo.
No, you can't do it.
Stay in the shadow.
What's IFP stand?
Okay, it's not I think it's fine.
Something complicated. Fall back. I and then
Interruptible fallback. Interruptible fallback. A one-way communication system.
What's the stand for?
Interruptible.
Interrupt.
There's just one way.
Nice.
My mom lives in Iran.
Ganaron los Dolphins. Who's going to understand these people? They shouldn't have won. Tampa's in the hunt for the playoffs. And we beat them. Who did? Tampa? Football's rigged. It's just all rigged. Right. Who's the quarterback for Carolina? He's all right.
Your name?
Veronica Maffei.
Veronica, Alex, nice to meet you. Ish. They moved into the press conference room. They're bringing people inside for the press conference. So
Okay.
it's probably going to start soon.
And you're stuck here?
Sorry?
Stuck here?
They're not letting us. Sorry about you. So the pool just sent out a note 4 minutes ago saying the pool is brought into the team room to set up with
Veronica, io ti seguivo già. Ti seguivo già.
Dopo la conferenza stampa.
Ah, ok.
Come si sente qui il volume? Oh, sorry. I speak in Italian. How can I put on the volume if I can? Okay, then call me again. No. Eccomi. Sì, ciao. Okay. Okay. Oh, we're on with the signal? Ok, ci dovremmo essere. Grazie.
Sorry, I fell off IID for a second.
flight.
When
You're
the sun
using-
goes
you're
down.
using the
When the
flag?
sun goes down.
Give me a second.
When the sun goes down. 5:30. After
almost worked this weekend at Dolphins. We almost worked at Dolphins. He asked me. Run a fund. Like if something would have happened. Something else for the Bucks was important. They lose the other day. They lost on Sunday last week. So if they would have won, this team would have won. So NFL Network will cover.
Okay.
We got a 1 minute warning, 3 minutes to go.
Sì, ti sento. Ti sento, col microfono mi senti meglio?
You guys saw that 1 minute for the presser. I was wondering, might we be able to hear the press conference from the
1 minute? No, and start the press conference. Then.
We could change the rim on this iPad. we're going to take it live too. So, yeah, we should be good. We're going to take it live, so we can just watch it. I need you to teach me how to do that. Spin cast or what's the app?
Yeah, it's no.
1 minute. You have a 7
Put your jacket back in the window. I mean, it's all Fletcher's fault.
It is. Blame it on me.
I don't have to walk up. I keep waiting for Cleo's microphone.
It's gonna hit the chandelier and it's gonna fall on your head.
Oh, that's not funny at all.
I think that'll be my picture.
Yep.
That's why Jonathan
You
is
late
like
sprawled out.
moved away.
Wizard
He's
of
like,
Oz.
had a premonition.
See it. Alright, lock that back up here because the Ethernet came out. So that's why I had it tightened up. So just close the thing on. It doesn't have to come in like this. Okay, put it back the way it was. Thank you.
Turn that on. They can, they're also very small. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it never.
It's not that you're not, it's that you recorded for doing it.
Well, that's also, this is the side, that's gonna take.
Well, it's going to take me a lot of time.
But they may, I guess they don't make it, you know, that's.
enough that woke up this morning with
The
a bed
wheels
head.
lost it.
It was laying on the table and it had a little bed head on the side. It's like,
Oh. You have to give it a little refresh.
for a brush.
Put a little product in it. It's a little flat.
Put the product in so we will kill. Oh, and switch it around.
That's old school. That's old school.
No. Attack. I always watch.
That's when we were.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Counting down.
Or is that not Wilson, that picture? Joe Mark
You'll make the front
And I'll be looking for a report tomorrow.
Well, that we're up to a study, so but yeah. This should just
So when you can.
I know. We're still up. No, I think that's true. You guys will blow the line out this time. Still pretty nice. Yeah, 8 feet. Here we go.
The Ukrainian leader entering the room.
Well, thank you very much. We had a terrific meeting. We discussed a lot of things. As you know, I had an excellent phone call with President Putin that lasted for over 2 hours. We discussed a lot of points, and I do think we're getting a lot closer, maybe very close. The President and I just spoke to the European leaders. They were President Emmanuel Macron of France, President Alexander Stubb of the Republic of Finland, President Karol Nawrocki of the Republic of Poland, Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Store of the Kingdom of Norway, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni of the Italian Republic, Prime Minister Keir Starmer of the United Kingdom of Britain and Northern Ireland, Chancellor Friedrich Merz, the Federal Republic of Germany, Secretary General Mark Rutte, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, President Ursula von der Leyen of the European Commission. We spoke to all of those great leaders. They're all great leaders. And we had a great talk with them after we were completed. We thought it was appropriate to speak with them. And our meeting was excellent. We covered, somebody would say 95%, I don't know what percent, but we have made a lot of progress on ending that war, which is really certainly the most deadly war since World War II, probably the biggest war since World War II. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff, who's here, and I'd like to thank Jared, who's here someplace. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Steve. What a great job you've done. Jared Kushner, Steve Witkoff. And Marco Rubio is here. Thank you, Marco. And Pete Hegseth is here. Those two people are doing an unbelievable job. And the four people on this one are doing, I don't think anybody could do it. And we'll see if it gets done, but it's very close, certainly. Nobody would even have a chance of getting it to where it is right now. Nobody would have thought that was possible. So I just want to say we've done very well. We've had discussions on just about every subject. And that includes with President Putin before. And we went into great detail, and we likewise went into great detail today. And it was an honor to have you at Mar-a-Lago and have lunch. I hope you enjoyed the food. Your people enjoyed the food, I can tell you that. You're big, strong people. Your general over there looks like central casting. I want to also, by the way, speaking of generals, we have a great general. General Raisin Kane, who is here someplace. Thank you, General. Thank you very much. He's great. So, Mr. President, maybe you want to say a few words, and then we'll speak over the next couple of weeks. We'll speak probably quite a bit, but we'll speak tomorrow. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. Dear colleagues, first of all, I would like to thank President Trump for a great meeting at this amazing place in his home in Mar-a-Lago. And we had really great discussions on all the topics, and we appreciate the progress that was made by American and Ukrainian teams in these recent weeks. Special thanks to Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, and thank you for their engagement and full commitment, and also to our team, and first of all to Rustem Umerov and General Gnatov, and to all our teams. And we discussed all the aspects of the peace framework, which includes, and we have great achievements, 20-point peace plan, 90% agreed, and US-Ukraine security guarantees, 100% agreed. US-Europe-Ukraine security guarantees, almost agreed. Military dimension, 100% agreed. Prosperity plan being finalized, and we also discussed the sequencing of the following actions. And we agree that security guarantees is a key milestone in achieving lasting peace, and our teams will continue working on all aspects. We also had a joint productive call with European leaders, like President Trump said already, and a lot of leaders, including NATO and the EU. And we agreed that our teams will meet in upcoming weeks to finalize all discussed matters. And we agreed with President Trump that he will host us in maybe in Washington, European leaders and Ukrainian delegation, yes, in January, and Ukraine is ready for peace. And once again, would like to thank President Trump for a warm welcome and substantial discussion. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Any questions, please?
The U.S. Ukraine security guarantees. What number are we at right now?
Well, I think look, you can say 95%, but I don't like to say percentages. I just think we're doing very well. We could be very close. There are one or two very thorny issues, very tough issues, but I think we're doing very well. We made a lot of progress today, but really we've made it over the last month. This is not a one-day process deal. This is very complicated stuff, but I think when the president says 95, I think, could be close to 95%. Yeah, please, behind you.
Mr. President, have you agreed on the so-called free trade zone on Donbass? How to separate the sites? How to make the separation line? Who will be responsible?
The word agreed is too strong. I would say not agreed, but we're getting closer to an agreement on that, and that's a big issue. Certainly, that's one of the big issues, and I think we're closer than we were. Probably it's unresolved, but it's getting a lot closer. That's a very tough issue, but one that I think will get resolved. Yeah, please.
We are receiving some mixed signals coming from Moscow, even after you spoke with President Putin. Can you assure us that you have received written or any formal response from them?
Well, what was the issue? You have to tell me. What did they say?
So they are telling that Ukraine has to give up Donbass. Just a very recent statement coming out.
Well, that's what they've been asking for, and there's a dispute about that. So they're going to have to iron that out. That's an issue they have to iron out. But I think it's moving in the right direction.
Or delay the solution or peace agreement that you try to achieve.
If something doesn't happen? You mean if something doesn't happen? Yeah, go ahead.
May I ask?
No, go ahead. You were going to finish your question.
Will there be any step that the United States be prepared?
Well, we'll see. Look, we'll see. But I don't want to talk about that because I think we're getting pretty close. Yes, please. Please.
Yes, about territorial question. Mr. President, what is your take on Donbass status? Are you prepared to see it as a free economic or demilitarized zone?
No, we spoke about 20 points plan, and I'm happy that really our team's very close to results. And I agree with President Trump that our teams work not one day and not one week, more than 1 month, beginning from Geneva, then 2 meetings in Miami, then we had Berlin, and now we have Mar-a-Лаго. So this is a very difficult question. You know our position, so it's, this we have to respect our law and our people. We respect the territory which we control. And of course, our attitude is very clear. That's why President Trump said this is a very tough question. And of course, we have with Russians different positions on it.
Have you discussed referendum?
No, when we speak about referendum, we spoke that it's one of the key. We can have referendum on any kind of points of this plan. I said that we can use referendum like for the plan, or we cannot use referendum. It's one of the key. We can use, this possibility of Parliament to vote according to the law or to have referendum. Doesn't matter. This referendum, if the plan will be very difficult for our society, very difficult, of course our society has to choose and has to vote, because it's their land, the land not of one person, it's the land of our nation for a lot of generations.
They'll probably have to get their plan approved by Parliament or by referendum of the people. You would think that they want, I know they had a poll that it's 91% in favor of ending this war, so they want to end it like everybody wants. Russia wants it ended, everybody wants it ended, and we want it ended. I want it ended because I don't want to see so many people dying. We're losing massive numbers of people, the biggest by far since World War II. So we want to see it ended, absolutely.
President
Yes.
Trump, you said at the top that you plan to speak again tomorrow. Is that correct?
I might. It depends on what happens tomorrow. If there's an additional something to add, otherwise there's no reason to. We're in the process. Jared and Steve are working very hard to get something done, and if there's something that comes up, I'd speak, but otherwise I don't think there's any reason to.
In your mind, sir, what are the thorniest issues still unresolved after the?
Well, I think the land you're talking about, some of that land has been taken. Some of that land is maybe up for grabs, but it may be taken over the next period of a number of months. And you're better off making a deal now. Look, let me tell you, they have been very brave. They fought very hard and continue to fight very hard and do tremendous damage. But Russia would like to see it end, and Ukraine would like to see it. And I think it's time to end. And a lot of very brave people, a lot of people that are dead right now, unfortunately, because I've said, and nobody's disputed it, that if the election weren't rigged and stolen, 2020, you wouldn't have had this war, would have never happened. And it didn't happen for 4 years, never was even thought to happen. And I spoke with President Putin. I got along with him very well, despite the Russia hoax, which was a total hoax. He used to say, what is going on over there? But it was a total hoax, as he knew and as I knew. But I spoke to him, and we'd talk about Ukraine. I've said it before. It was the apple of his eye, but he wasn't going to do anything about it. He didn't do anything about it until I was gone, and then a lot of really bad statements were made by people, by a lot of people, I guess, but by a certain president that we had who was a disaster. Yes?
Do you anticipate going to Ukraine if you can get to an agreement? And I know
I'd have no problem
earlier,
with doing it. You know, I have no problem with doing it. We don't anticipate it. Would like to get the deal done and not necessarily have to go. I've offered to go and speak to their parliament, and you know, if that would help. I don't know if that would help. I think it would probably help, but I don't even know if that's.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I know.
Always.
So I'm not sure that it would be really necessary, but if it would help save 25,000 lives a month or whatever it may be, I would certainly be willing to do that. Yeah, please. No, behind you.
And how about
Where are you from?
From Ukraine?
Good, I had a feeling.
Public broadcaster.
Good.
And how about Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant? Have you discussed this question?
On what?
Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant.
Yeah, we discussed that at length today. As you know, it's in pretty good shape. It can start up immediately, almost immediately. And it's one of the things I discussed with President Putin. And they were talking about the nuclear plant. It's probably the biggest in the world, just about the biggest anywhere in the world. Can you believe that? And President Putin's actually working with Ukraine on getting it open. He's been very good in that sense. He wants to see that open. And he hasn't hit it with missiles, hasn't hit it with anything. It's a big danger to do that for everybody. But they're working together to try and get it. It can open very quickly. It's in pretty good shape. And the people there have been there for years. The people there running it. You know, they have 5,000 people in that plant. Can you believe it? I learned that today. 5,000 people. It's the biggest plant of its kind in the world. And they're working together to get it open. They could maybe get it open quickly. That's a big step when he's not bombing that plant. It's a big step.
in the readout from Moscow, they talked about the creation of some working groups that would be set. Can you tell us about what those working groups would entail? And also, if you wouldn't mind, what is the message that you will give to Putin when you speak to him after your meeting?
So the working group is going to be composed of Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, General Raisin Kane, Marco Rubio, and a few other people that we're going to be putting onto it. I think Pete Hegseth should be in that working group. He knows the territory very well. He's been fantastic at what he's doing. And they may add one or two people. And likewise, Ukraine's going to have some very good people that were at lunch today that enjoyed the lunch today a lot, more than they thought, right? But do you want to say who may be on your working group?
Yeah, we now, as I said, that we work with Steve and Jared. We worked our Rustem Umerov and also Deputy Minister Kislitsa and also General Ignatov, and they will continue work in this group. And of course, if we will go further, and I hope that really we will have decisions in January, as I said, about all these documents, 6 documents, and of course, we will continue work on this, so they know what to do. Yes.
And that working group, by the way, importantly, will also then be working with Russia. Okay? Because to work with ourselves doesn't really solve much of a problem. So they'll be working with Russia. Yeah, please.
President, you said this morning you weren't a deadline guy. How long do you think it'll take to get this last little bit, as you say, finished? What are we talking
So
about?
if it went really well, maybe a few weeks, and if it went poorly longer, and if it went really poorly, it's not going to happen. That would be a shame. There's that chance also. It's possible it doesn't happen. But, in a few weeks we will know one way or the other, I think. But if it went really well, but it could also go poorly. I mean, we could have something where one item that you're not thinking about is a big item breaks it up. Look, it's been a very difficult negotiation, very detailed. It's funny, I settled 8 wars. Some were going on for 35 years. And we got them settled in a couple of days. Some of them, one was going on for 37 years. I settled it in 1 day. But this is a very complex one.
What the battle?
No, I think we'll get it done. I don't want to say when, but I think we're going to get it done. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. President, you in the past have suggested a trilateral meeting between both Presidents Putin and Zelensky. Is
Right.
that something that is also on the docket?
I see that happening, sure, at the right time. I saw a very interesting President Putin today. I mean, he wants to see it happen. He wants to see it. He told me very strongly. I believe him. Don't forget, we went through the Russia hoax together. And he'd call me, I'd call him, I'd say, can you believe the stuff that they're making up? And it turned out we were right. They made it all up. And despite that, we didn't get into wars or we didn't get into problems, but we weren't able to trade very much or any of that, which was a shame because, a lot of success could have been had by trading with Russia. They have great land, great minerals and other things, and we have things that they want very badly. But the Russia hoax, which was a terrible made-up fictional thing by Crooked Hillary and by Adam Shifty Schiff and bad people, sick people, they made it up. It was all a made-up hoax. But it kept us really from dealing with Russia, kept Russia from dealing with us. So, but despite that, we got along. And I don't know, I think we're going to get there. I know him very well. I think we're going to get there.
Discuss any time, location, meeting place?
Yeah, we're discussing a lot of things. Look, I was on the phone with him for almost, I guess, 2.5 hours, they're just telling me now. It's a long time. We discussed a lot of things. We didn't talk about the weather. We weren't talking about what a beautiful day it is in Palm Beach, Florida. Yes.
Trump, President Zelensky mentioned maybe a meeting with European leaders back in Washington. Would that be in the next few weeks?
Well, in Washington or someplace, yeah. These leaders that I just read, these are great people. They've spent a lot of money on helping Ukraine. And look, they're doing it for themselves also, meaning their country, because Ukraine's a very important country for them in particular. For us, it's very important. To me, it's the lives. We're thousands and thousands of miles. We're protected by a thing called the Atlantic Ocean and lots of other places, to be honest. And they're not, they're right there. But we're working together with them as we should be. But I'm doing it to save lives. We're not spending any money. Biden gave $350 billion away. And the president was nice enough to give us a contract to take out rare earth and things. So we'll see how that all works out. We have a contract, but we appreciated that. He was very good. But we'll see how that works out. But if you think about it, we're going to have... I really believe we're probably, Mr. President, by far closer than ever before with both parties. We had some times when he was close and President Putin wasn't. Then when President Putin was close and he wasn't. You saw that in the White House. But I think they both want to see it happen.
In your conversation with...
You're saying that you've said multiple times that you want to stop the killing. And nearly 100 American citizens died in Ukraine on the battlefield. Yeah. What's your message to their families whose loved ones died fighting for you?
Well, look, the message is so obvious. It's what a shame. They died in a foreign country. And some are celebrated people. They're very celebrated. But so sad that a thing like that would happen. Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, security is a major issue for the Ukrainians.
Right.
Did you offer any promises, any assurances today?
Well, I did. We want to work with Europe, and Europe is going to take over a big part of it, as you can imagine. They're right there. But we're going to help Europe 100%. like they'd help us. Yes, ma'am, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, when your conversation...
Who are you with?
Andrea Shala with Reuters.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So in your conversation with President Putin, did you discuss what responsibility Russia will have for any kind of reconstruction of Ukraine post an agreement?
I did. They're going to be helping. Russia's going to be helping. Russia wants to see Ukraine succeed. Once, it sounds a little strange, but I was explaining to the president, President Putin was very generous in his feeling toward Ukraine succeeding, including supplying energy, electricity, and other things at very low prices. So a lot of good things came out of that call today. But they were in the works for 2 weeks with Steve and with Jared and Marco and everybody.
Did Russia agree, or did Putin agree to a ceasefire to allow a referendum to take place?
Not a ceasefire, and that's one of the points that we're working on right now. No, not a ceasefire. He feels that, look, you know, they're fighting and to stop, and then if they have to start again, which is a possibility, he doesn't want to be in that position. I understand that position. The president feels strongly about that or something, but I think we're finding ways that we can get around that. But I understand President Putin from that standpoint. You know, you have to understand the other side. And, you know, I'm on the side of peace. I'm on the side of stopping the war. So, but I think that's a problem that's going to get solved, yeah.
Would people who live outside of Ukrainians who fled during the war be allowed to participate in the referendum?
What do you mean, people where live?
The people that left.
We have, you know, if we speak about the people who are abroad, who are not on the territory of Ukraine, you mean that in Poland, in Germany, we have millions of people. Yeah, they have a referendum in the same of elections. In the same way how people come and vote, they have rights for this, and of course they have to come. That's why if we will come to referendum, yes, if we will come to such decision, people need infrastructure for this, and it's not simple. And that's why we spoke about it. It can't be in one day, very quickly. It's difficult because we need infrastructure. When you have millions of people, you have to build it in Europe, mostly in Europe for today.
President Trump, I know you sound an optimistic note here, but what happens in a few weeks if things sputter? What are you prepared to do?
They keep fighting, and they keep dying. No good. But if things don't happen, they keep fighting, and they keep dying. And we don't want that to happen. He doesn't want it to happen. President Putin doesn't want it to happen either. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it. Great. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And thanks for lunch.
I don't know. Was it a good lunch?
Yes, sir.
There's no lunch. He walked in. He said, "This place is gorgeous." I don't think he wants to go to the White House anymore. That's the problem.
I'm ready to go to the White House.
I know. It is. The White House is a very special place, and so is this. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good question you asked.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, great job. Thank